So today happens to be my first time of showing you my tutorial video on this channel. As a matter of fact, this is my very first video as well. And today, guys, I'm making a hair bonnet, a double face hair bonnet. Call it reversible hair bonnet. So with me here, I have bridal satin and also another fabric that is a leftover fabric. So the first thing to do in the measurement is to cut 24 inches. That's what the measurement I use, a 24 inches square on the fabric. You can equally increase the volume of the fabric, like you can increase it to 29, but make sure that everything aligns, like everything is square. And then the next thing to do is to fold this fabric, the square fabric, into four. All right, and while folding, make sure that all the parts aligns. And the next thing to do here is to measure a curve all around this square fabric, the folded fabric into four. You have to measure a curve. So for me, you start the measurement from the closing point, okay, towards the opening angles of the cloth. So I took a measurement of 12 inches around to get a curve so as to obtain a circle. After getting the curve, the next thing to do is to trim off, following the line that you highlighted on the fabric. After trimming off the curve, just open up the fabric. The next thing you see is that you have a circle. So just like I did, I had a circle, and the next thing here to do is to use this circle. Remember, we're doing a double face hair bonnet, or call it a reversible bonnet. So you use the already made circle as a pattern to cut another one on another fabric, but make sure that the right face of the fabric, go in consonance with the next one while you cut. And also use your office pin to secure the edges so that you won't make mistake while cutting. So after trimming it off, you can see that we have two circles, two circles, the other fabric and this one. But the thing is that the right faces should be facing each other, and then keep it secure so that it won't shift, okay? And then take it to your sewing machine. Take it to your sewing machine and then run a thread around it, keeping a little opening of 2 inches so that you will use it to reverse it. At this point, I just finished running the thread around the circumference of this circle and leaving a little portion for the reversing of the right side, bringing it outside. The next thing to do is to notch the edges of the circumference of this circle. If you don't notch it, it's going to be bulging out, so you have to notch it. At this point, the next thing to do is to reverse it using that little hole that was left over, that portion that was left over on the fabric, to turn it outside, bringing out the right side out. So after reversing the fabric, this is how it looks. The next thing to do here is to go iron it. So at this point I had finished ironing, to give me a smooth surface, a smooth run for my measurement. So from the edge of the circumference of this circle, I marked 1.5 inch, and I'm going to mark that all around the circle. After tracing the first measurements of the circle on the fabric, the next thing to do here is to mark an inner circle again, like draw another circle, measure by 1/2 inch, and then mark it all around again. The essence is to remember it's a hair bonnet and it has to hold elastically on the head, so that 1/2 inch from the first circle is where the elastic is going to be inserted in. So just mark 1/2 inch all around the first circle at the inner parts of the fabric. So at this point, just go ahead and then connect the lines, the markings you just did on the inner circle, the one you marked by 1/2 inch, connect it and then it will give you a circle. As you can see, we have two double line circles in there. Okay, what you have to do, take it to the machine and then starting from the inner circle, run it around, follow the lines. But when it gets to the second line, okay, you run it, remember that opening, leave it there. That's where you will insert your elastic. Remember, as a bonnet, it has to have an elastic kind of hold on your head, else it will fall off. So that's where you put your elastic. So at this point, I just finished running the lines, using my sewing machine, and the opening is there. So this is how it came out. And the next thing here to do is to insert the elastic. Get the measurement of the elastic you're supposed to insert. Just use the elastic and then wrap it around your head. But mine, I don't like something tightening me so much on the head, so I just made it to the way I wanted it to be on me comfortably. So, and then add maybe 2 more inches to that elastic, and then use a safety pin, insert the elastic into that through the hole that was left open. So after inserting the elastic, this is what I had, guys. You can see it's turned out to become a cap, and it's reversible, two-sided. I can wear any part that I want depending on my mood. Okay, so the next thing now to do is that to try and close that place that was open for the elastic. So to close that place, you just have to align, like tuck in the sprouting parts of it, of the fabric, and then take it to your sewing machine and then sew. And now this is how everything look, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you on our next tutorial.